Welcome everyone to ATech Media channel. This is a channel whereby we train people on different courses as media, everything that has to do with media and technology sites. If you can hear me, you can say hi. Anyway, we are going to be taking this class to be very short. It's more or less for those that have questions and answer. And the most popular question so far is for those that are requesting for how to install. I noticed some people, so many courses we have on YouTube then. I noticed some people still can't find a way to actually install it, and I believe many of you are on our YouTube channel, but still you can't find a way to install the software, and probably you have not started a class. And if you go on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the list of our course. You can switch to the course over there, please. Pastor Ray, you can switch to the screenshot on my laptop so that they can see. So we have series of courses available on our channel. We have Adobe Premiere. You can switch to it from the switch to the course, please. I'm waiting for you. Cut it in. Emma, please help him out. Okay. I believe you can see the list of the course we have on our channel, and like I said, you are going to be getting many tutorials also about this live setup. We're also going to be putting you through on this live setup, how to run it. And currently, these are the available tutorials on our channel. Photoshop, which is graphics design. We have some tech tips as well. Okay, let me go to the content directly. We have After Effects, which is a motion graphics, which is one of the first course on our channel as well. And we have details about different gadgets that you may want to buy. We have mobile tutorial in case anyone you would like to go for. We have Adobe Premiere. And how is my audio? Is my audio okay over there? Yes. Okay. I believe everyone can hear me well. Or you can actually go outside to check. If all of you, in case if you can't hear me, you can say hi from wherever you are. In case if you can't hear me. So switch to the channel back, please. Switch to the channel back to the so like I said, we have different course files, different video tutorial available, and some are yet to be available, which you all know, which we will be making available to you guys. Come in, please hold on. So I wanted to take you through the series of courses we have available on our channel. Right now we are going to be treating Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, for those that are still unable to install it. And like I said, we have several ones. So I need to play these videos so that I can show you the list of courses available on ATech Media channel. In case if you are there, viewers, and you're hearing me, you can just wave hi. And we put up this channel because we got requests from so many people, so many of you, saying you need a tutorial on how to install the softwares after giving you so many of our course files. So you're unable to install the software. So here is the simple tutorial for it on how to install the software so that you can start using your Adobe Premiere to create something like this and so many more. So these are the list of the course we have on our channel. As you can see, Illustrator will be available next week, I think next week or so. Graphics design is currently available using Photoshop. Motion graphics using After Effects has been available. Video editing, Premiere Pro has been available. The music training will be available as well next month. Then 3D animation using Blender will also be available. I think it should be available by, let me say, before 2 weeks time. It should be available. Cinematography course should be available soon. Web development should be available soon as well. All these courses are actually available right now, but they are not yet uploaded. Our media team are actually putting them in order. And CapCut is already available. App will soon be available. Smartphone is already available. That's the design course is already available. And also, which again, I think there are some other things that is not added here. Okay, how to fly a drone will also soon be available. Understanding lightings. Also, live streaming training will also be available. You can switch back to me now. live streaming training will also be available on our channel. But the problem is, so many of you that have taken this course, Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere, we notice so many are still novice. They don't know how to install their softwares. Even after we give them access to the software files, I believe some of you have access to the software files provided to you. Please switch back to the files, to the system. So we believe so many of you have access to this. We gave you the access to the software file. Note, this software file is just for you to learn for the moment and use it to do your basic work. So by the time you get to upgrade, then you can go ahead to purchase from Adobe, Photoshop, or Premiere. So we gave you different series of software files which you are still unable to install. So we have provided a way you can as well install there. I believe I have some viewers available already. Okay. I believe some will be joining later. We try to wait for you, but since you are not here, we are just going to rush it because we made it to be 6 o'clock and we try to keep to our own time right now. So I'm going to be going straight to the software installation. I believe after you have these files, you know what to do next. You have to download it. You have to click it and download it next, as you can see on my screen. Then after it's downloaded, you definitely find one or two like this. This is the Photoshop, this is the Premiere. So let's start with the Photoshop. For those that want to install Photoshop, don't forget the first instruction I gave to you. Firstly, you need to off your antivirus. In case if you don't know how to go there to off it, let me on this back before I kind of on it back. So if this is the antivirus you are using, this is the general Windows antivirus. For those of you using series of antivirus on your system, I advise you don't just use any antivirus. You can see me, this is what I'm using. This is enough for you to fight against, that's the Windows security, the default antivirus, to fight against every virus your system is going to encounter. Is strong enough, is built by Microsoft, strong enough to withstand any kind of virus. So why going ahead getting advanced, getting 360 and so on like that? You don't need that. This virus is strong enough for you. So before you install this software, like I said, this software is for training purpose. It's just for your starter. So as time goes on, you upgrade, then you can go straight to Adobe website to purchase any one, and you can as well join the community. When you join the community from there, you can get access to some free software as well on Adobe. So this is Adobe website. You can go here to actually install it and to purchase or get a trial from them. But for those of you that don't have access to this yet, we have provided a file for you to people to download the software on your Windows or PC or Mac. We provided you the both as well. On the folder shared to you, for those that have requested for it, I believe some of you have gotten it by now. You will see the folder called Mac and the one for Windows. So if you're using Mac, make sure you use the one on the folder called I name Mac. So for those that are just starting, like I said, these are the way for Photoshop software. First thing first, you go to your antivirus. Then after opening antivirus, whatever antivirus, I don't know which antivirus you're using, but like I said, the one that came with your system, the default antivirus, after formatting your system, I don't mean you should go and install. No, not the one that you install from a third party. The one that came with your system after formatting it or after purchasing it is the best. That's the one that came with the Windows software initially, which is this Windows security you can see me using. I believe you can see the icon as well. Windows security, you can see the icon here, Windows security, which is what is open here as well. Then you come here, from there you can come to manage settings, then you turn off everything you see here. Real-time protection should be turned off, and cloud delivered, automatic sample submission, tamper protection, everything should be turned off. Don't forget to turn it on and make sure you don't close this folder, because if you actually made mistake and you forgot to turn it on, I'm sorry for you. Maybe at the end of the virus or anything might attack your system, and you might not be able to recover it again except you meet a professional. Probably you can come to us for that. So we're starting with Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop, after I turn on the antivirus, I believe you guys are still there, and I believe my audio is clear, audible. I believe you can as well see your screen. You can see me viewing you guys right now in case we can see your screen. So let me go back. After this is being downloaded from the files I sent to you, for those of you that does not have, that is yet to have the file, you can as well message us on our WhatsApp group, or you can see our contact under the description on your video, on the video description, on your live video description. So on the software, after downloading it, you can right click and run as administrator. It's going to prompt out a question which you have to click yes. The question might take a bit, some seconds to pop up, then you click yes. So I click yes on the question, then it starts extracting, which is the first process it's going to take depending on the speed of your laptop. Sorry, I'm supposed to show you this laptop speed. So this laptop is quite high, so that's the reason it's kind of a bit faster, much faster. Don't let me say a bit faster. So this laptop is high, that is why it's kind of faster. So for those of you that want a faster laptop, um, let me show you this laptop spec. So in case if you're actually wondering that was the spec of the laptop, so you can come to your properties to view the spec as well. So this is MSI 13 Gen, 32 gig RAM. The processor speed is 2.2 gigahertz, and this Core i9 13 Gen, as you can see, almost 14 Gen because this is 139. You get it. So the RAM is also very high, 32 gig RAM. Core i9 11 Pro as well. And for those of you that want to dive into video editing and After Effects, there are some things you should also observe. Okay, I'm saying this, I'm diverting just because I'm waiting for the process for that for the extraction to finish. Okay, it's finished. So when you get to this process now, after clicking on installation, when you get to this process, you make sure you uncheck this advertising. If not, it's going to install rubbish on your system unaware to you. Then in case if you don't have the Visual C++, you can click it, you can check it, but make sure you uncheck this advertising. Then you click on install. It's going to take a few seconds to pop up another window, and it's going to start installing. So don't forget your antivirus is still off here, which is here. Don't close the window until you are done with the installation. This same process goes for every software you need so far that we are going to send to you as well, either Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, and so on, be it Blender. The same process goes for it as well. And I think Blender also have an open source which you may not have to purchase except some plugin you may need. So for those of you that are finding it difficult to install, maybe you are saying this is your excuse for not starting. You don't have excuse, no excuse again. So Photoshop is done installing. Okay, sorry, that's just an extraction process. Then this is the last process whereby it's going to start installing. Open this option, then you don't need to select anything and just leave it as default, then continue. Then from there to start installing. Like I said, the speed depends on the speed of your system. My system will only take few seconds, as you can see. It's so fast because my system memory, or should I say my system spec, is very high, as you can see. So you can't compare it to yours. This is Core i9. Okay, it's done installing. The installation has finished. Work, blah 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 blah. You can click OK, then you can exist, then you can go back to on your antivirus back. So when your antivirus is on, you can go ahead to open the software and continue doing whatever you want to do. So let's check the software we just installed, Adobe Photoshop. Here is it, Adobe Photoshop 2024. I'm going to open it, then it should open the interface for me. Then from there you should be able to start. So I don't know, many of you are finding it difficult to make it down to this place. So this is your Adobe Photoshop. You can see it. Sometimes if you're opening it for the first time, this might not be your interface. Note, because I have some memory and some files I've worked on, and I had to uninstall it, so it remembers some things I've done, and those are the things that are trying to open here, as you can see. So I'm going to make sure I close everything so you can see the interface that is supposed to show. Okay, something like this is a new beginners interface. From there I can click on go to new file and select whatever I want to work on. If it is a video, like the size you want to work on. And for those that are familiar with printing size, there are different size: A4, A5. You all know A5 is the half of A4, A4 is the half of A3, and so on like that. So let's say for instance A4, you can select whatever resolution and other size to create a new size. Then from there you can start making use of your tools to start creating your graphics and so on. So for those of you that are still finding it difficult to start with Adobe Photoshop, oh, there is a quick start on how to install and start learning, start your learning process. So for instance, do I have the banner for this? For those of you as well, okay, let me just pick a picture. Like for those of you that has been working on, I need to ask you, how have you been removing your picture background, which this also is coming out. We are going to put this up very soon. Have you been removing your picture background? Have you been tracing one by one? I understand some of you use the polygon laser tool and be selecting one by one like this, which is very stressful. So a quick way to remove your picture background, for instance, you just click on this. You make sure you are selecting the object selection tool. So you can either use this quick selection tool or the object selection tool. In my own case, I love using the quick selection tool. Then I click on select subject. Then it automatically select the remove the background from the image from me. Then from there I can decide to use the select mask, or I can just Ctrl C Ctrl V. In case you don't understand, you can right click copy, then right click paste, layer via copy. Okay, it's already copied it. You can see the layer here. Then the background is removed. So from here I can adjust the image anyhow I want. I can create a new background to it, set it up, drag this up. So this is just a quick stuff for those of you that needs to access this in depth in Scratch. We've created a step-by-step tutorial for you that should put you through on the channel. That's a complete here is it yeah, Adobe Photoshop step-by-step and detailed tutorial. You can see it here, so you can go and start. Okay, now let me put you through another installation so that you will understand more. So right now, after that, you request for if you need the Adobe Premiere, you request for it on the group, and after downloading it, that's after we sent it to you and you downloaded it. Don't forget, like I said, if you need the Genie software, you can go to the Adobe Workshop to purchase. That's Adobe Creative Cloud, to purchase it directly. So in case they want to install the one we sent to you, first thing first, after downloading it, you make sure you off your antivirus, real-time protection, cloud, days, automatic. Make sure everything is turned off. After it's turned off, then you can run your installation. This Adobe Premiere run as administrator. Takes few seconds to pop out if you want to continue. Then after that, you click on yes. For those of you that have questions, this is the time you can start asking your question, in case if there is anything you don't understand. So just drop your question as it comes. For you to ask a question, you need to make sure you are subscribed to us. To subscribe is free. Just click on that subscribe button, then you can be able to comment on the live section. Okay, after the extraction is finished, you make sure you uncheck the advertising, and in case if you don't have this Visual C++, you can check because it's very required for those that have it. But in case if it sees that it's available, it will uncheck it on its own. So after checking this, make sure this is on check. This I already have the Visual C++ because I've installed one of the Adobe software, and I can click on install. Then it's going to take a few seconds to run through and process the first extraction. Then it's going to start installation. So the first extraction I think is done. Then it's just for me to click on continue for the final extraction and for the final installation to process. So this is Adobe Premiere. I believe some of you might have started, and for those of you here to start, are still battling with installation. So this is how to install it. So make sure you did not skip any process. Don't forget as well, my antivirus is on. After I saw the word successful, then I can turn on back my antivirus. Don't forget to turn it back on if you don't want to face a serious issue. Virus will attack your system. So that's my advice towards you. The installer has finished work, blah blah, you exit it. Then from there you can go to the antivirus, make sure you turn it on so that virus will not attack your system from nowhere. Okay, mine is turned on, and I can go ahead to open back my Adobe Premiere Pro 2024, and boom, you can start working your projects. So it's going to also open the interface or some files I've done before now. So it's opening the previous files that is currently at work on the system. What's this? Okay, it's requesting for some project. I don't need the project. These are some projects I'm working on. So from there, when you're done with whatever you're doing, I don't need this for now. So this is your interface. This should be your first interface. From there you can click on new project, wherever you want to create, showcase your this thing, your new project, select if you have a file you want to work on. If you don't have a file you want to work on, then you can go ahead to create your new project. Make sure you name it, sorry. If not, it's going to replace your previous name. Let me just put delete, because I'm not going to use this later. Delete memo later. So just to remind me of deleting this later on. Then this is the interface. So for those of you that does not, maybe you might be seeing something else here. Here is a window to change the kind of workspace you are using. So workspace is how this place is arranged, how this whole entire Adobe Premiere is arranged. If I should change my workspace, you would think this is not Adobe Premiere. You might even think this is another thing. So let me change it to the effect panel. You can see how it changed. Let me still change it to let me say starter. So for starter, I think it should show a tutorial here. Okay, this is one for starter. We open. Oh, sorry. I was reopening a project. I don't need it. Let me create my new project again. New project. Then delete again. I'm starting all over. You get it? So I'm not using this. I'm not using this because I'm not working on it. So I want to change the workspace again. Windows workspace. Which workspace should I use now? Okay, I was talking about learning. This is good for starters. So you can see some Adobe tutorial by the left corner. So for those of you that in case in one way or the other you're still having issues, maybe you don't know where something is hidden by your workspace, so you can just change your workspace to the default editing workspace, which is this, and you can still adjust this workspace like this. You can see this icon, you can use it to adjust it. So if anything is missing here, let's say for instance effect is missing, I don't know, I'm sure many of you will have been looking like, I thought effect used to be somewhere here and so on like that. So in case if you can't find your effects and maybe it's missing from here, I'm going to close the panel. How do I bring it back? You can just reset your workspace. You can go to Window, Workspace, Reset Workspace to save layout. All windows that you can see effects here, it is unchecked. So now it's back here, as you can see. So that's how that works. So one of the first things to do on Adobe Premiere is to create your new sequence, and under the new item, and in sequence you need to know what you are working with. What kind of video are you working with? Are you working with a full HD video, mobile video, and so on? If you want to create a custom sequence, you can come to the settings and set your custom sequence. So you need to know the size of the video you are working on. But the most popular right now is full HD, which is 1920 1080. Let me show you. So it has to do with size of the video. Just like, let me say you want to print a photo, a picture, and you don't know the size of the picture. So before you can print a picture, make sure, sorry, excuse me, you know the size of whatever you want to print. Just make sure you do. So until when you know the size of whatever you want to print, Then you can then put the paper, okay, it is A4, let me put it in the printer for you to start printing. The same thing comes with video. Before you start creating a video, you need to know what size am I working on. Is it a full HD? Is it a mobile video? Is it a 4K video, 8K, and so on, 2K, and so on. So the most popular previous was SD, which is standard definition. Then there is HD, high definition. There is full HD as well. So low resolution, you will see 720. Then high resolution, high definition, you will see 720 as well by 1080. Then the full HD as well is when you are going to see 1920 by 1080 and so on. So I'm going to select what the size of the video I want to work on. Then from there you can click on OK to start doing whatever you want to do next. So this is your timeline that I've created, which contains the size of whatever video you are going to work on. So you can go to wherever you have your video, then drag your video down here. Let me check if I have any video here. I'm not sure. I think I have one here. Okay, this is downloaded from YouTube as well. Let me say, yeah, I think it's downloaded from YouTube. Then you can drag it here to start working on it. Each time you drag a video to your YouTube channel, don't forget it's kind of split it. It split the video from the audio. I hope you know that. So each time you drag anything to your to your YouTube channel, sorry. Each time you drag anything to your Adobe Premiere, it split your video from your audio. So now let me take a look at it. Do we have any question here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Any question before I start going? So if you have any question, you can drop it as a comment, and if no question, I believe the time is already set, and for those of you that requested for this, it has been created for you. So you can, for those that are not available on this tutorial right now, you can go through it later on to watch it and learn how to install your software. So that is all for now. Okay, you can switch to the logo, Pastor Raymond. Share this video to everyone that is here to learn. And in case you've not gotten the course file, please make sure you message us on our WhatsApp group. I believe you all have our WhatsApp number. Is also on the picture. It's also on the picture. Yep. So for those of you that does not know how to broadcast live, we are also going to be showing you, teaching you how to run a live broadcast as well. Soon, stay tuned on this channel so that we can put you through. I hope you enjoy the class, and in case you have your question, I'm not sure if you have opportunity, you have to wait in our next live broadcast so that your question can be answered as well. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Are you